Okay, so I asked one of my patrons to give me some dragon ideas to draw, and the one that caught me the most was Dragon Whale. And so I was like, okay, how do I combine a dragon and a whale? And at first I thought to just draw the Loch Ness Monster, but just more whale like. And that's kind of what I went with. I definitely tried to draw a sea dragon, but whale instead of serpent. I guess you could argue it kind of came out looking like if Dory from Mario had like an Elder Scrolls cousin, except it's adorable. And that's kind of what I went with. I wanted to go with something that can be seen as cool and powerful, but also like very plushyable. You know, something that if you saw this thing as a plushie, you would totally want it. And that backfired because now I want one too, and I'm probably gonna end up making one. I did sketch out the ridges that you see on a lot of whales where there's kind of like folds in their underbellies and their jaw. I ended up not including that in the final drawing, like when I gave the final lines, because I thought that made it look a little too much like Thanos. I don't know why I thought it looked like Thanos. I just kind of did. I'm like, no, that's not very plushyable. Thanos is not a plushie. I mean, I say that, I'm pretty sure there's a Thanos plushie out there, but I don't want a Thanos plushie. I want this thing as a plushie. That same patron that told me to draw this, D Leopard XL Wondrous Musings, who is a regular on this channel, he he and I tried to name it, and the name we landed on is Natalie. So this is Natalie the Whale Dragon. And yes, I am working on crocheting a plushie of her because I really want one. I want a plushie of Natalie the Whale Dragon so badly that I am crocheting one. Will I release the pattern? I don't know. I maybe. Depends on if I feel like it or not. Depends on whether or not I can remember how I did it when I finish it. Because I am definitely not taking progress photos. Screw that. I'm not making content out of my crochet. I might still sell patterns here and there, but that's not going to be my big online thing. It's going to be art and streams. That's about it. I might do crochet streams where like I talk to you guys while I crochet, just to have someone there with me. But that's about it. But anyway, the final lines on Bubbles. Bubbles was the first name D Leopard came up with, and I was like, nah, not Bubbles. Bubbles is too generic. And so I thought Natalie. Why not Natalie? And we both agreed on Natalie. So Natalie the Whale Dragon, or Dragon Whale. I'm not sure if she's a dragon whale or a whale dragon. I I guess that could be a philosophical debate to settle in the comments. Comment down below if you think she's a dragon whale or a whale dragon. Like, which one comes first in this? I drew it, and even I'm not sure. But, yeah. As some of you can probably tell, this was drawn on an iPad. And I think this is my first speed paint in a long time where I actually colored everything, which you will see in a minute. Like, once I'm done with the lines, you'll see that I do actually color it. I do actually color Natalie, and even give her a background. I know that's something I didn't do for the Honduran Fruit Bat or the Toy Story Otter and Axolotl. I know I didn't do that for those. But for Natalie, I was like, this is a bit too short of a video, and I want to drive home how adorable this creature is. And that made me decide to go ahead and color it. Originally, I was going to cut the recording after the lines and then color it off camera. But then I was like, nah, I might as well show coloring. I might as well. I don't lose anything for showing it. Nothing is lost if I show you it. And you guys get more content to watch. Although it also means that that's longer I have to record the voiceover, And I'm not recording, and I'm not good at recording these narrations, as you can tell. I never know what to say. I don't know how to walk someone through my creative process. Because my creative process is mostly improv. My creative process is mostly just, okay, put this here, put that there. That looks good. Oh, that part doesn't look good. Okay, let's erase that and throw this in there. I don't have much of a creative process. I just sort of BS my way through everything, and things just turn out good. Well, some things turn out good, some things turn out terrible. But you get what I mean. I just do things. I just do it. And sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it doesn't. What will happen? I don't know until it's done. But I think that Natalie, the dragon whale or whale dragon, came out really good. D Leopard, after I showed him the drawing, between recording the drawing and recording this voiceover, told me that I should have put spots on her back. So what I'm going to do is when I crochet the plushie, I'll put spots on her back, but I'm not going to go back and add them into this drawing. It's just too late. I don't want to record that again. Because it would literally just be, like, once it's all sped up, it would be like 5 seconds of me drawing spots on Natalie's back, which is like what's gained from that, you know? At least with the coloring process, it's like a substantial part of the video. But if I were to go back and record just those spots to add them into this video, that's like, what, 8 seconds? And sure, you could argue, oh, well, if it's so quick, why don't you do it? And the answer is, I already recorded the whole process. I don't want to go back and record it again. I already put the finished drawing in the video. You know, everything's already done. Why would I go back and do more? I mean, I say that, and yet I literally made an entire movie that's just a blank screen for 40 minutes. And I don't remember if I put it back up, but I did at one point make a sequel to that where instead of a black screen for 40 minutes, it's a white screen for an hour and a half. So, will Natalie get a friend in the future as like a sequel to this drawing? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not future me. I'm only current me. I am present me. Whether or not Natalie gets a playmate in another drawing, that's a question for future me. Past me drew this. Present me is recording this, and present me will soon become past me, and future me will eventually be present me, but then that present me will also become past me at some point, and then past me, but the past me of now, and the past me of back then when I drew this, and the past me of the future are completely different past me's and will never meet. So all we can really hope is that future past me and present past me figure something out to do something with this character, because I really want a plushie of her. That made no sense. I'm confused now. See what you did? You made me confused. Granted, that's not hard. I will grant you the fact that confusing me is not a difficult thing. I am, like, chronically confused. I am almost always confused. Like, if you ever meet me in person, just assume that I'm confused. But you know what I'm not confused about? How adorable this is. Shoutouts to D Leopard XO's Wondrous Musings for nominating this, and my mom for being my other Patreon supporter.